In the vast expanse of time before the chronicles of history were ever etched, the Earth breathed a wild, untamed rhythm. Consider an age when stars wheeled over landscapes yet unmarked by modern hands. Picture snow-laden tundras stretching towards an unforgiving horizon, sun-scorched savannas teeming with colossal life, and volcanic peaks piercing the tumultuous sky. This was a world of raw elemental power. Here, humanity, nascent and vulnerable, took its first tentative steps. For individuals on the autism spectrum and for those grappling with other neurological conditions, the world can often feel like an overwhelming barrage of sensory input, a relentless storm of stimuli that makes finding peace a constant challenge. The internal landscape, too, can be turbulent, marked by anxiety, sleep disturbances, and difficulties with emotional regulation and executive function. As Jonathan, our narrator and guide on this journey, can personally attest, the search for stability in this neurological maelstrom is a deeply personal and often arduous quest. Conventional therapies may offer some support, but the profound impact of dietary intervention, particularly a meat-based approach, is a pathway to calm that is gaining increasing recognition. The carnivore diet, in its stark simplicity, offers a unique form of solace for the neurologically sensitive. By drastically reducing the biochemical noise that many common foods can create, it establishes a foundation of unparalleled stability. The removal of gut irritants, the lectins, oxalates, phytates, and complex carbohydrates that can fuel inflammation and dysbiosis, is paramount. An inflamed gut, as we know, often translates to an inflamed brain via the intricate gut-brain axis. By calming the gut, we often see a corresponding quieting of neurological distress, a reduction in the static that can interfere with clear thoughts and emotional equilibrium. One of the most significant benefits reported is the stabilization of blood sugar levels. The typical Western diet, high in refined carbohydrates and sugars, leads to relentless peaks and troughs in blood glucose, which can profoundly affect mood, energy, and cognitive function, particularly in sensitive individuals. A meat-based diet, inherently very low in carbohydrates, provides sustained energy, primarily from fat, eliminating these disruptive swings. This metabolic shift to fat burning can contribute to more even energy levels throughout the day, reduced irritability, fewer meltdowns, and often remarkably improved sleep quality, which is foundational for neurological repair and daytime functioning. The cumulative effect of these changes can be transformative. Parents and individuals frequently report significant improvements in areas where traditional interventions have struggled. Sensory overload may become less pronounced, allowing for greater tolerance of previously overwhelming environments. Social regulation can improve, with individuals finding it easier to connect and interact. Language development and executive functions such as planning and focus may show noticeable gains. For Jonathan and many others like him, the carnivore diet is not about deprivation. It is about creating a sanctuary of simplicity and predictability, an anchor that allows the mind to find stillness and the body to find its innate capacity for balance and calm. Section 4. Whispers of Reversal, Stories of Hope and Emerging Understanding. Across the globe, a quiet yet profound revolution is taking place, often far from the headlines and the mainstream medical discourse. It is a movement driven not by pharmaceutical companies or celebrity endorsements, but by individuals in the throes of chronic suffering who have found unexpected relief and reclamation through the power of ancestral nutrition. These are the mothers witnessing transformative changes in their children with autism, the sons and daughters seeing their elderly parents regain vitality, and the warriors who, after years or even decades of battling debilitating autoimmune conditions, are finally laying down their arms, not in defeat but in newfound peace. The stories emerging from this grassroots movement are both compelling and deeply moving. Individuals with conditions like rheumatoid arthritis report a dramatic reduction in joint pain and swelling, allowing them to reduce or even discontinue powerful immunosuppressant medications. Those with Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis share accounts of long-sought remission, their digestive systems finally finding calm after years of turmoil. People plagued by severe skin conditions like psoriasis or eczema often experience a clearing of their symptoms, revealing healthy skin beneath. These are not isolated anecdotes, but a growing chorus of voices testifying to the profound impact of removing dietary triggers and nourishing the body with species-appropriate food. While large-scale, double-blind, placebo-controlled trials on the carnivore diet for specific autoimmune conditions are still in their nascent stages. A common challenge for dietary interventions that lack pharmaceutical funding. The accumulation of case reports, observational data, and preliminary studies is beginning to paint a consistent picture. Researchers are noting significant improvements in inflammatory markers, patient-reported outcomes, and quality-of-life measures. The common denominator in these accounts is the dramatic reduction in systemic inflammation, the healing of the gut lining, and the provision of highly bioavailable nutrients that support cellular repair and immune modulation, all stemming from this radical dietary shift. Perhaps most striking of all is the consistent theme of empowerment. For so long, many with chronic illnesses have felt like passive recipients of a diagnosis, their lives dictated by symptoms and medication schedules. The discovery that they can actively influence their health, often profoundly through dietary choices, can be incredibly liberating. Energy returns, not just the physical capacity to do more, but a renewed zest for life. Pain diminishes, freeing up mental and emotional space. And the medications they were told they would need for a lifetime are in many instances carefully tapered and, for some, eventually discontinued under medical supervision. This is the powerful whisper of reversal, a testament to the body's innate capacity to heal when given the right conditions. Section 5. Jonathan's Journey. A personal testament to primal healing. My own path, as I have shared, has been carved through the challenging terrain of multiple chronic conditions. Autism spectrum disorder has shaped my perception of the world since birth. Complex regional pain syndrome, or CRPS, brought an unimaginable, relentless fire of pain. Chronic fatigue syndrome, or CFS, layered on a pervasive, bone-deep exhaustion. A spinal fusion, a necessary intervention, added its own complexities to movement and recovery. For years, my life was a litany of diagnoses, a seemingly endless parade of specialists and a pharmacy's worth of prescriptions, each promising relief, yet none delivering a true return to vitality, none silencing the deep discord within my system. The turning point came not from a new drug or an innovative therapy, but from a radical act of simplification, a return to the most fundamental principles of nourishment. When I stripped everything away, the plant-based foods with their hidden irritants, the processed concoctions, the complex protocols and powders that promised so much yet delivered so little, and embraced a diet consisting solely of meat, salt and water, something profound began to shift. It was as if my body, long burdened by inputs it could not properly process, finally exhaled. This was not a diet of restriction in the conventional sense. It was a diet of liberation from constant biological assault. Slowly, almost imperceptibly at first, the chronic pain, that unyielding inferno, began to soften its grip. The intensity lessened, the flare-ups became less frequent, less severe. The oppressive mental fog that had clouded my thoughts for so long started to lift, revealing a clarity I'd almost forgotten was possible. My energy levels, though still requiring careful management, found a more stable baseline, free from the jarring crashes that once punctuated my days. For the first time in what felt like an eternity, a sense of possibility began to bloom in the barren landscape of chronic illness. Meat, the very food group so often maligned, became the foundation of my healing. This personal journey is not offered as a universal prescription, but as a testament to the power that lies in aligning our consumption with our ancient biology. When the body is provided with the specific building blocks it evolved to thrive upon, the complete proteins, the essential fatty acids, the readily absorbable vitamins and minerals found in animal tissues, its innate capacity for repair and regulation can reassert itself. For me, the carnivore diet was not a fad, it was a lifeline. It was the key that unlocked a door back to a life I thought was lost, proving that even in the face of complex, entrenched illness, nature's blueprint holds an enduring and potent wisdom. Section 1. The Tapestry Rewoven, a Return to Biological Congruence. Our journey through the annals of human existence has been long and illuminating. We've traversed millennia from the dawn of our species, shaped by relentless hunts, to the bewildering dietary landscapes of today. For vast epochs, the flesh of beasts provided the dense energy, the critical nutrients that sculpted our very being. This was nature's unambiguous provision, a blueprint etched into our genes over countless generations. Yet in a mere flicker of evolutionary time, we veered from this ancestral path, embracing novel foods and novel fears. The tapestry of our health, once vibrant, began to fray under this modern strain, the original design obscured by layers of well-intentioned yet often misguided advice, leading us to question the foundations of our nourishment. Yet as we have chronicled, the latter half of the 20th century saw a dramatic and bewildering deviation from this ancestral path. A war on meat was declared, fueled by selective science and amplified by industrial interests that prioritized shelf life over sustenance. Sacred, traditional fats, once revered for their life-giving properties, were systematically demonized. Cholesterol, a molecule essential for life itself, became a feared entity, and protein, the very building block of our tissues, was eyed with undue suspicion, particularly concerning the health of our vital kidneys. These pervasive myths, woven into the fabric of official dietary guidelines, steered populations away from the very foods that had sustained them for eons. The consequences of this great dietary experiment are now starkly apparent in the rising tides of chronic disease, a clear testament to the perils of abandoning nature's carefully laid design. Throughout our journey, we have witnessed the profound potential for healing when this congruence between diet and design is restored. We have explored how a return to a meat-centric diet can soothe the embattled gut, calming the fires of inflammation and resealing the delicate intestinal barrier that guards our inner sanctum. We have seen how this dietary shift can offer profound respite to those struggling with autoimmune conditions, where the body's own sophisticated defense mechanisms have mistakenly turned inward, attacking its own tissues. For individuals navigating the often overwhelming complexities of autism and other neurological sensitivities, the inherent simplicity and biochemical stability of animal-based nutrition can provide a much-needed anchor, quieting the internal storm and fostering a sense of calm. These are not merely anecdotal triumphs, but powerful indicators of the body's innate capacity to heal. Therefore, the carnivore way of eating, as we have presented it throughout this exploration, is far more than a fleeting dietary trend or a restrictive regimen born of modern whims. It represents a conscious, informed return to biological first principles, a profound rediscovery of nature's forgotten blueprint for optimal human health. The evidence, drawn from the deep well of our evolutionary past, from the intricate details of our complex physiology, from the growing body of rigorous scientific inquiry, and from the compelling lived experiences of individuals reclaiming their vitality, converges on a powerful truth. Animal-based foods, rich in life-sustaining nutrients, are not merely compatible with human health. For many, they are fundamental to achieving its fullest, most vibrant expression, a key to unlocking ancestral resilience. Section 2, The Path Forward, Embracing Ancestral Wisdom in a Modern World. We stand today at a fascinating and perhaps critical crossroads, inhabitants of a technologically advanced world, yet still carrying the ancient biology of our hunter-gatherer forebears. The glittering allure of modernity, with its undeniable conveniences and intricate complexities, often obscures the fundamental, unyielding truths of our physiological needs. Our genes, sculpted over eons of scarcity and specific forms of nourishment, have not kept pace with the lightning-fast dietary shifts of recent centuries, creating a chasm between our programming and our practice. Embracing the principles of ancestral nutrition, such as those exemplified by the carnivore diet, is not an attempt to rewind time or forsake progress, but rather a sophisticated, intentional strategy to bridge this profound evolutionary mismatch for enhanced well-being. This path forward invites each individual to engage in a deeply personal journey of exploration and critical discernment. It encourages a bold questioning of entrenched dietary dogma, a courageous willingness to look beyond the often conflicting headlines and deeply ingrained societal norms about what constitutes a healthy plate.